What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. That way you're notified when I drop future content. So today, I wanted to just pick it up where I left off in the last video, and that's me being in Shafter. So now we get there, everything's situated. And if you guys seen the story about the homie that wigged out and ran out the door during lunchtime, this is around that time now. Boom. It's flooded. It's flooded with phones. It's flooded with dope visits, because you're close by, you know what I mean? Shafter is in Bakersfield. Bakersfield is only like 2-3 hours away from LA, you know? So versus being somewhere where you will have to travel 24 plus hours, now I'm somewhere where it's 2-3 hours. Man, it's lovely. So everyone's partying. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I indulged myself. It got to a point where I stayed up for like 3-4 days and I started seeing things, and I had to trick my own mind, you know what I'm saying? I started seeing stuff, and I've never been to the point though to where I think people are trying to get me, you know? I don't know how people can get to that point. It's just, to me, I think it's just stuff that they've done in their life that they think, oh shit, people found out, or people know. It's their own demons that come back and haunt them, you know? Because I've been in situations where I'm like seeing things and I'm hearing things, but never did I feel like my life was ever in danger or, you know what I mean, any type of threat. It was more or less like, oh shit, I'm hearing things or I'm seeing things, you know? But just wanted to, you know what I mean, just share, like I said, my testimony, you know? I'm only gonna be real, raw, and uncut, man. So my bad, let's get back to the story. So the homie leaves. The homie failing from bad habits, he wigs out. I give him my phone, like, hey, here, fool, kick it. You know what I mean? He thought that homies were gonna boop, 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 bow, take him out. Why? I don't know, you know what I mean? I met the homie there. He was a good, solid homie though. As soon as we got there, man, me and him clicked. So salute to the boy, man. He never did me wrong, or I never seen him do no wrong as far as there. But what he was tripping on, what he thought, I don't know. Only he knows, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to bring him back down to earth by giving him the phone, telling him to hold on to it. I'm like, look, bro, if you're telling me that I know you're gonna get moved on, here's my phone, hold on to it. You know, as long as you have my phone, ain't nothing gonna happen to you, because I'm not gonna lose my phone. You know what I mean? So he came back down. I wanna say like a couple of weeks went by, and I'm inside, I'm using the phone. I'm inside, I'm talking to my girl at the time. I was actually engaged, you know what I mean? Prior to this, you know what I mean? So I was talking to whoever that was at the time, you know what I mean? And the homie comes in, like, hey, you need to go out to yard, you know what I mean? You haven't been out to yard today, so alright, fuck it. I go out to yard. I give the phone to the homie, and I still had my charger. And it's me and the homie Puppet from La Mirada, and there's another homie. It was the homie Boy, I think, from Southgate or Southside Players. It was the homie Boy. It was me, the homie Puppet, and the homie Boy. So I'm going outside. I go to the yard, and as soon as I walk outside, like I'm barely walking to the door that's gonna lead me to the yard, the homie Spanky's running around doing laps. And he's the one that was like the MacGyver, like anything that had to do with getting a point, because we had a lot of weapon stock. We had came up on some binders, you know, the big binders, like where you would put papers, you know how you open it and it's like a metal rod in the middle that opens like that. We had came up on a binder, and them little things, each one was a little point. So I already had one that already had a point. He had got a couple done. He had took in a big ass rock, and he would do it on a rock inside the building. Because inside the building, it was only carpet. The only place there was cement was in the showers. But you're not gonna be right there in the showers in front of everybody, you know what I mean? In front of all the other cars, you trying to sharpen that, like, come on, you know? So what they were doing is, little by little, when you go out, you'll start getting a point on things. You know what I'm saying? How the homie was able to do it with a rock, that's beyond me. But he couldn't get that one. I guess the rock he had or whatever, I don't know what happened to the rock, but I go outside, he's running laps, and he sees me go out. He starts walking next to me. He stops running, he starts walking. He like, hey, my boy, like, here. Boom. I didn't even think twice. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even get a chance to react. You know, it's just simple walking. Hey, what's up, my boy? Hey, what's up, G? You know, like, all right. Hey, G, do me a favor. Yeah, what's good? Boom, hands it, put it away real quick. He's like, I'm thinking he wants me to hold it or something. He's like, hey, start getting a point on it. All right, bet. I was stupid, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, cool. I was with it. I didn't think twice, you know what I mean? I just thought, like, you know what I mean? I'm doing whatever I can for my hood, to put my hood on the map. And, you know what I mean? I'm never going to hesitate. So that was my mentality back then, you know? So, boom. I go out. We start walking, and then we end up sitting down on the other side of the yard. The door's right here. I end up on the other side. It's a square. I end up on the other side, and I'm pretty much just watching, because where the door's at, on top of that building, that's where the gunner would be at. And then on the side where I went to, on the other side, because it would be 4 walls, right? This wall right here is where the door's at. The wall back here is where we were sitting at. My back was to that wall, and I was facing the door. And then it's the other 2 sides. The gunner will be on the top. Where I was sitting at behind me is pretty much the wall, and then the electric fence, and then is the street. So I'm right there sitting down against the wall. I'm sitting down against the wall, and I'm slowly getting a point on it, like trying to get a point. It's me, it's the homie Puppet on this side, and I think it's the homie Boy on this side. I'm in the middle. So they kept looking up to the tower. They're looking forward. You know, the tower's straight. They keep looking, I guess. So the homie's running. He comes to me. He stops. He's running, and then he stops. He starts walking. He's like, hey, fool, get up and walk. Like, what? He's like, get up and walk, my boy. Like, fuck, get up. I start walking with him. He's like, hey, fool, the tower pointed over here. So then he starts running. Now that I think about it, like, man, that fool should have been like, hey, give me that shit. And then started running, you know? So, boom, I put it in my shoe. They don't know I already have mine in my shoe. I have one in one shoe already, like a full point already with a handle ready to poke someone. The weapon stock, I put it in the other shoe. So now I'm walking. They end up coming. And as I'm walking, they have 2 people against the wall. It's 2 COs. Boom. So now we're walking past. We're almost getting there, and the tower radios, no, them. So he turns around. Hey, you 3. Boom. So now it's them 2. It's the homie and then me. And then there's still another homie. So they're done with them 2. They're about to come to us 2. And I'm telling the homie, I don't remember if it was the homie Puppet or the homie Boy. I'm trying to tell him to run. I'm like, hey, run. They're like, what? They just freeze up. So the cop, now he's behind me. He touches me like that, like, boom, spread your legs. At first I start just power walking, and then once I see he's following me, I start running. Run to the toilet. I take out the weapon stock. I don't know why, but it was a good thing that I did. I took out the weapon stock. I throw it in the toilet. I flush. The holes are so small in the toilet that the weapon stock is just like that. It went chink, and it's just spinning. It can't go in, you know? I had a so the hoorah comes. He grabs me by the waist. I like toss him off of me, keep flushing one more time, and then boom, he tackles me. They take me to the hole. They get the weapon stock. That fool gets it. He's all happy. He thinks that they got it, you know what I mean? They take me to the front. Right there in Shafter, they didn't have no type of hole. They didn't have any type of sales, as you would say, for an oil. So anytime you had to do any type of hold time or anything, they'll just kick you out the facility and they'll send you to SATF, to New Corcoran, and you'll go to their hole. So I'm right there for like 2-3 days, and then they send me to SATF. But before that, boom, I'm handcuffed, they're taking me, you know, boom, they throw me in the cell, I take off my shoes, boom, right, I give them my shoes. They take them and they put them outside the cell. They take off my clothes, they find the phone charger, they didn't even trip on that. They didn't even put it in my CDCR 115 in my RVR. They didn't even put it in there. So they're so happy with the weapon stock, they just put my shoes outside the cell. The whole time there's a full-blown shank in my shoe. So I'm stressed out the whole time. I'm just looking out that little window in my cell. I'm just looking like, fuck, they're gonna find it, man, like, fuck. So long story short, I'm there in the cell for like 2 days. Then a CO comes and he's like, hey, you need a shower. He gives me a shower. I go, I shower. We're talking about the whole situation. I guess the CO that tackled me, like, everybody used to make fun of him. Like, he didn't even, barely made the academy type shit. So for him to be able to tackle me and still get the weapon stock, it was like a big thing to them, you know what I'm saying? They had just opened, so that was the first major thing that happened there, was me getting caught trying to sharpen that knife, you know? So we're talking, and then he tells me like, hey bro, I gotta transpack your stuff, you know? So boom, he gets my property, it's in a box or in a bag, one of those, and he ends up putting it in a box, transpacking it. So I have a pair of shoes in my property, and I have the pair of shoes outside my cell. So I grabbed them and I told them, hey, do me a favor, throw these away for me, so that way when I get over there, they don't trip on me on having 2 pairs of shoes. You know what I mean? So he throws the shoes away from me. If I'm lying, I'm dying. He throws the shoes away from me, man. And boom, I end up getting transpacked. I go to New Corcoran, and it's a trip. I get there, as soon as I get there, I'm by myself. You're by yourself until you see classification and all that, right? So I'm by myself. I want to say like a week goes by, they pull me out to see classification. I'm in a cage, right? Say the cage is right here. This is like the cage, and then there's only this much space. This is the other cage. So I'm right here in this cage, and then guess who's in the cage right here when they put me out to go see committee? Is the homie that was with me in Shafter that ran out the door. You know what I'm saying? He's right there. As soon as they put me in there and I look over and he sees me, he's like, hey my boy, you don't have to come over here. You didn't have to do that. I already told the homies here, that's it. I chalked it up, you know, I hung up the gloves. That's it, bro. You didn't have to follow me. Like, woo woo. He was still high, thinking that I was there just to follow him because he needed to get got. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how far gone he was. And I was there on some whole separate stuff. Like, he went, left, ain't nobody was trying to get him. To be honest, a lot of people owed him money. Them 3 days that I stayed up was from him. He's the one that was supplying me. So if anything, I owed him a little bit of feria. A couple of other homies owed him money. So by him leaving, it was like, what the fuck's going on, you know? It was a trick. But that was that right there. And right now, I'm gonna end it off here. Before anything, I just want to shout out Killer Kush. I also want to shout out my boy Cali Herbs Los Angeles. Those are the only 2 bud brands that I've been smoking. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. If it ain't no Killer Kush, if it ain't no Cali Herbs, I ain't fucking with it, man. And you guys shouldn't sell yourself short either, man. You want some fire za? get at the homie from Cali Herbs. I'll put his IG right there. Or get at my people from Killer Kush. I'm going to put their IG right there as well. Get at them. The homie Cali Herbs will deliver. Anywhere in Los Angeles, he'll deliver to you. And Killer Kush, they got 2 locations. Get at them on their IG, or I'm going to put it in the description. But if it's not there, get at them on IG. And they have all their locations on there, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, it's your boy Santo G. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Let's get it.